kind of good. Yes, kind of perfect. Just yes. Okay. So So, welcome to Consistent Consciousness. Welcome to the journey of rewriting, deciding, commanding, and designing your internal self-perception, and therefore which will change the external projection of your manifested holographic reality. Okay? Now, what this work is based on is, first of all, noticing what you don't like in yourself, what you don't enjoy yourself hearing, the thoughts. And I'll take you through the journey where I'm shelf stacking and I'm hearing myself be completely judgmental about these food types and this and that. And I just didn't want to be like, I'm just so done with that. I'm so bored of that. I'm so not that anymore, that I was ready to really cut my attachment to maintain that, and I just really wanted to soften it, to balm it, to soothe it. And what this highlights for you in your initial journey is getting to the point where the voices you're hearing no longer resonate with you, even though you can hear them, to the point that you are able to know full-heartedly that you are ready to detach from them. As in, you're more annoyed that they're still there, because it would be like a stranger whispering in your brain, and you would be like, get away, like, just go, mate, I'm done, go away, I don't know why you're here, right? So first of all, you have to realize that about yourself, what you're ready to let go of, what you're ready to say, like what you're ready to move past in your own embodiment, because you've already got to a space to know what doesn't resonate with you. So why are you attaching that it's still yours? It's not. You have to actually have this sever to it, and this sever is the best case scenario and worst case scenario, where your neural pathways move. And worst case scenario is all your judgments is who you are. Best case scenario is I'm really not them and I'm not judgmental at all. I'm really past it. I'm ready to take my highest timeline, right? So first of all, you're going to look at the things that you do and you're going to detach from them. Then you're going to choose affirmations that just feel really wholesome, feel really grounded, personal, private for you, and that can also be quite generic, as in I am light, I am love, I'm a light leader, I'm here to serve the collective, because them ones should feel more real to you, anyway at this stage of your path, and be more attractive, more desirous to be that general, because you know that's the ultimate truth anyway. But what you do is you're going to merge something really personal on your journey, like specific manifestations for your lifestyle, with the main affirmations that someone would need and would ultimately be successful in. I am light, I am love, I'm light leader. To play both sides of the game, to play the human having an experience, to play the soul being a human, right? Now, the art of this is you enjoying the creativity available when you want to change a belief. Now, as you go through the program, the potential available for how far you can stretch your imagination, your intuition, your awareness on what a belief actually is for you and how you can change it deepens and deepens. But the premise is always the same. And I'll show you that here. To get to a position where you feel you have the time, energy, excitement, passion to change a belief, you already have to be in a spiritual luxury mindset. you have to believe that your spirituality, your consciousness comes before everything else at some point of the day. You know, at some point you're like, yeah, this is kind of why I'm here. So this isn't to discuss it with someone that doesn't make the time to understand that this is their priority. This is for the people that are like, I completely am devoted to shifting fast, but to have the journey that I'm destined to have. And you're looking for a tool, a modality to be your own guru. And to do this, you don't resist. You might resist for a short while out of frustration that you're doubting that it can be that simple, and subconsciously that you don't deserve it, therefore you won't do it, and because you're so addicted to being distracted by other content that you don't do it and you put it off. But at some point in this program, the whole point of it is that you will be either down on your knees and you will say, enough is enough, I literally need to do this, which is where my program started for myself, to say I was down on my knees, then I automatically knew how to do this. Or it will be when you're so expansive that you're like, oh my God, I've got the golden key. I can literally change my entire reality. Wow. Okay. Now, the basis of this is this. When you've got to either like one of those positions where you're like, I'm ready to shift, I need to, or I get to, or I want to, whichever angle you're feeling in, whether low to high or high to higher, this is where you're incentivized to do this work and make it happen. And it feels so good. It is timeless, timeless, timeless. Every time you do it, you'll be like, oh boy, I can go even deeper. Oh my God, I can get what I want. Oh my God, it came to me in such a way that I couldn't even imagine. That's why I want to be general and specific. Like, it's such a play on getting to know yourself. So let's take a few examples here. Worthless. Just refill my cartridge. I'll get my other pen. So let's put worthlessness. Okay, now obviously on worthlessness, if we were finding a contradictory truth, which would oppose the negative, lower conscious truth, we would obviously tune into something that's obvious, like I am worthy, yeah? I am worthy. Now, can you see that I am worthy is both specific to your pain point, because you might be feeling unworthy of clients, you might be feeling unworthy of romantic relationship, you might be feeling unworthy of more in your life. So it's very, very specific, but I am worthy leaves it open to larger things that you couldn't even come up with, that God sourced, that consciousness, higher consciousness is like, you're worthy of so much more than love. You're worthy so much more than a client. You're worthy so much more than the thing that you wanted. Because our desires and dreams are limited to the current pain that we are in. Get it? Let's say that you're here. And people call these grids. And you're trapped in a grid. Let's just say that you're here. Let's say you're here in the situation that I was. Small house. We'll just do a house. Small house. Low money. Baby court case. Okay, when you are in this, you've probably heard of Maslow's hierarchy, you've obviously heard of your chakras. When you're at a low position, let's say root chakra and the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy, and you're looking for water, if you haven't got water, you're not going to be worried about running a marathon and being a gold medalist. You're just going to look for water. See? So whatever's around us as the specific problem, if it feels very real, like my house is too small for me to actually function in, there is no money in my bank account, I don't know what I'm going to do, to eat, to drink. I'm going through a court case, my whole life could change with my daughter. There's me trying to bust out of that grid. It's just basically a circle with another circle around it, moving to another grid. There's me trying to bust out of that grid, which will be the same for you. You want some more money, you want some more clients, you want to step into your soul-based business, you want to change family habits, you want to change childhood programming. There's you trying to bust out of the grid. But if you're focused on just these things that are obvious to you, which you're going to be because it seems obvious, because that's the problem right in front of your face, you're not going to be able to see the further things at zone 3. Let's go up to third Maslow. Let's go up to third chakra, fourth chakra, fifth chakra. So what we're doing in this process right now is an accelerated evolutionary phase of consciousness. You probably understand what's going on. We're in a new photoband of light. We're moving through a dimension shift. A dimension shift. This is the ascension. This is what we teach in the program. All the understanding of intergalactic communication, interdimensional communication, the complete understanding that you can access any information from anywhere in the cosmos once you open yourself up to being a part of that, and understanding your bilocative awareness of where you are, and then realizing that the only reason you're here is because you're able to receive consciousness from above, from below, and send it all back, just like a neural pathway within your brain being able to tell your toe to bend, right? So the reason that we'd say I am worthy and maybe not go any further than like, I am worthy of my dream soulmate clients is because if you're so focused right now on that, like I was, the house being small, the court case, this, I was in no position to think I was worthy of dream soulmate clients, even though I wanted money from working in my soul line business. So instead, when I went general, I am love, I am a light leader, I am ready, I'm here to serve, I am light, I am love, I'm ready, I'm here to serve, it came into me because I wasn't putting pressure on the sorry, I thought I just heard someone calling me. I wasn't putting pressure on the specifics of it. I just knew deep within my heart what I truly was, and therefore I could look past these problems of my current grid because I was jumping past them to these, let's say you're currently at your root chakra, you're at your Maslow's hierarchy on your low, you're at your smallest grid, looking at the shit in your life, and you're wishing to just jump over it because you know you're worth more than that, you know your God source, you know your consciousness. You say something wide and general, which does leap past it, but it's really because your awareness is skipping up to a higher dimension and you're existing in this higher realm. Then you're bringing that feeling back to you, and then that explodes the grids here because you can't exist in the same small grid when you've got consciousness coming from sixth dimension. You can't exist. So that's why you would say something along the lines of worthlessness. I am worthy. To pull in your multidimensionality, to pull in your furthest awareness that you know that you're the cosmos incarnate. You know you're further than the problems you have, because once you've solved them current problems of that grid, what, you're going to have more problems and more problems. You don't want to manifest in that way. You want to manifest a higher dimensional lifestyle now where it doesn't feel like problems, because your asset is your awareness, is your currency. And by consistently moving that to somewhere more true at a deep vibrational level, you easily see past the illusion, and the illusion changes before your very eyes. So for example, we say worthlessness, I am worthy. Then we would really anchor this. So you would create a audio for yourself. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am so worthy. I am worthy. Right? As in, is there any point to you spending your time thinking about how you can solve the problems you've currently got? You haven't got no money. So you're sat there thinking, how can I get money? 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 When you know the vibrational law of the universe is anything you focus on, you'll get more of. So you're going to get more questions, more opportunities to wonder how you can get money. You're not going to get more money. You're going to get more opportunities of how to wonder how you can get money. Isn't that a bummer? Isn't that literally a bummer? That's sick, right? You're not going to get more money because you're asking, how can I get money? You're going to get more situations where you don't have money. So you can continually wonder your highest passion of a thought. How can I get money? I just love wondering how I can get money. How can I get money? Give me some more not money so that I can wonder how I can get money. Because it just feels so good wondering how I can get money. You know, it doesn't feel good wondering how you can get money, don't you? You know, it doesn't feel good. So wouldn't it be, you tell me, wouldn't it be cleverer? Wouldn't it be smarter, wiser, more opportunistic, more exciting to see what comes through if you said to yourself all day long, I'm worthy? Would a higher dimensional being above you, do you believe in a higher dimension that has limitless abundance, limitless freedom, understanding of its connection, co-creation with source God, instant manifestation? Do you believe that they are saying I am worthy, or you do believe that they would more be wondering, how can I be worthy? How can I make this happen? They are already it. So no one higher than you consciously, financially, emotionally is sat there wondering how to be that person. They are that person being. But what our job is to do is to desire to see through that perspective, because the only reason that you are you now is because you're choosing to see through certain veils, which are perspectives. And by maintaining those perspectives, you can't tell me that the only reason you don't have any money or don't have what you want is because you keep maintaining that you're only seeing through that view, rather than saying, I understand if I shift my viewpoint, I can see through a different one. And that who's to say that that won't bring me the exact thing that I focus on? Because so far, everything you focused on in your life, you have got. Now, even if you're like, I haven't got what I wanted, think about what we just said. Focusing on how can I make money? And you're like, yeah, well, I focused on money my whole life and I didn't get it. Yeah, you didn't focus on already having it. You didn't focus on being the millionaire. You focus on how to be a millionaire. So life gave you more opportunities to wonder how to be a millionaire. So when you take up this work of actually reclaiming those low beliefs you have and transforming them into higher affirmational mantras, you get to play God, which you are. You get to design from this 0 point where, if you're saying in the beginning you're using your negatives to turn them into positives, fine. But soon, my friend, very, very soon, you're going to be so out of that you realize that it's a blank slate once you accept that you are nothing apart from what you've said. Meaning that the past you that's right now sitting here listening to this doesn't really exist other than the maintenance of those beliefs and perspectives to provide this certain character, this certain avatar in society. Whereas when you start shifting your beliefs and you realize that it's that easy to change yourself, you realize you also don't exist. But if you're going to have the perspective of human existence, why would you not have the highest perspective of human existence? A light leader made of love, light, high dimensional, multidimensional, interdimensional liaison connected to source on their return home. Now, as we go through this journey, it gets deeper and deeper, more and more creative. I hope you understand the premise. So from now on, you want to go internally for your mindset, for a mental stabilization. When you're hearing a negative, a low thought, a low belief that you really don't want to associate with anymore, we want an instant neural pathway severing. Instant. Okay? Now you can go into it, of course, you go deeper and deeper. The longer you go into it, let's say for a minute, you're just like, I'm so worthless. I'm such a pile of shit. I don't deserve anything. I don't know what I'm going to do. You might do that. You might stream off. You might spiral for a few. But what we're going to do then is then you're going to be like, no, I am worthy. I do know what I'm doing. I do deserve more. Of course I do. I'm part of this cosmos. I'm an equal part. There's nothing telling me I can't have it apart from me saying and maintaining that I can't have it. But if I stop doing that, I can't say that I don't believe that I wouldn't get something different, because the only reason I've been getting the things I have got is because me maintaining what I'm saying, and I'm not doing that anymore. Therefore, I trust that something different is going to happen. It has to happen. And even if I don't yet understand what's going to happen, why it's going to happen, I want to see if it can, because nothing else seems to be happening or working or that I trust could change it other than manual freaking labor for the next 20 years of therapy and working on other people. This is purely about you working only on you. There is no one else that needs to do a goddamn thing for you. Internal perception of yourself projects the external projection. External reality is the internal projection, is the external projection of your internal self-perception. What you say and feel and see yourself as will be reflected for people to say and feel and see you as. Therefore, do you have to change your mother? Do you have to change your sister, your family, your partners, your friends, your clients, social media? No. You change how you see yourself, and how you do that is through going through this deeply intensive experience where you're getting more and more sure that you're collapsing time between the time you say I'm worthless, the time you say I'm worthy. Right now, it's I'm worthless. Oh, do what my coach said. I'm worthy. Worthy of fuck all. Worthy of nothing. Worthy of nothing happening. No, she didn't say add the last bits. I am worthy. I guess she's saying worthy of anything and everything. Fine, I'm worthy of anything. And you might be saying worthy of anything painful right now. You might talk yourself into it. But you use it enough, then it's going to get shorter. This distance is going to be like, maybe I am worthy. I'm saying I'm worth nothing. I'm worthless. But what does worthiness feel like? I'm worthy. Does that feel better? Does that feel calmer, more peaceful? Do I feel more present? I feel more capable? I feel more content? Excited, passionate, focused? Oh my God, I'm not even meditating. I'm just using two different perspectives of myself, of a feeling, through my own sovereign choice of changing that belief. And I feel completely different. I feel like two sides of the coin. And this is a perspective. Let's say it's a tunnel vision. You are either looking over here or this is looking at there. But the art of this is that when you do it consistently, time is stopping. And from the second you say, I am worthless, you have programmed yourself so fast to go, oh, I'm worthy, that you come to the 0 point. You've embraced your dark side and your highest light side. And now you're in the true space. Now you're in that true 0 point. Now you can channel. Now you can hear your guides. Now you can hear your higher self. Now you can let your soul in, because you're not saying what is and isn't. You're understanding they're a perfect blend, but you align more because it's the end of the neuron. You're saying, like, say it's a road. You're not going, oh, I suck. You've said you suck 1,000 times a day for the past 10 years. You've got this massive highway in your brain. This one that says I don't suck is tiny. You say this 1,000 times a day. Guess what? This one get tiny. Okay? Okay? Now, when the energy wants to run through your brain, do you think it's easier for it to run through this tiny path saying I suck? Or I think it's easy to go, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome. It just goes there straight away and you become this thing. Now, why I'm explaining it this way is because I don't want you to feel that it's dark and light alchemizing. You've been in the dark. There's enough dark. You were the dark. Now you're taking all that darkness and you're transforming it into light. That dark can go somewhere else, third dimension. That dark can go somewhere else for someone that needs that dark. You now playing the character of high vibe, manifesting light leader on earth. True? You've done the suffering, you understood the lessons, now you're ready to learn through lessons of abundance, of freedom, of time, of travel, of liberation, of creativity. Now, the one key difference that I've learned is this. I thought that I had to be healed before I could have the things I wanted. Now, I put one foot in front of the other to have things that I wanted small, but I would never travel like this. I didn't feel worthy until I'd done something big in my business, made 30k months for 6 months or something then. But all of a sudden it came into me and was like, oh my God, I get to be the person I want to be now. I don't have to wait for the permission slip of a 30k month to be like, oh, then I made my money, then I went traveling. Not at all. Now, why I bring this up is because we get to a position, and especially through this program, you will get to a position where you will realize that you are here to learn the lessons whether or not you're living in abundance and freedom and time freedom. You get to choose if you want to learn in the same way that you've always learned, or you say to life, I'm actually very bored of learning through having no money. I don't mind learning the lesson of scarcity to abundance, but I'm going to learn it while in abundance and feel scarcity in a new way. Let's say that you earn 10K a month instead of 1K, and then here you're like, oh, I feel a bit in scarcity because I feel like I'm worth 20K. I feel like I'm worth 50K. And you're learning scarcity in a new way. And that's the bridge that you have to get for yourself. You haven't got to go from A, B, C. You want to say this is more about a vibrational lesson of the same characteristics, but held in a new space. You want to learn. You can say to God's source, I want to learn about worthiness in a time freedom lifestyle. I want to learn about worthiness by following my passion. It doesn't have to be, I will only learn my worth when I have understood, when I've forgiven my family. I'll only, let's put it more specific. Let's say you want to learn about forgiveness, yeah? And you go, my personal example, I thought I could only embody full forgiveness when all of my family were perfectly healed and my relationships with them was perfect. It's not that at all. I want to learn forgiveness in the same situation with my family and everyone healed, but I'd rather learn it while I'm abundant and travel-free lifestyle. I'd rather reflect on who I am and the joys that I actually do bring to life rather than this victim mentality of my old self being like, oh, I must fix all of this because I fucked it all up. Instead, I'm like, how about I have enough money to throw a massive party and tell everyone, explain my spiritual truth my whole life, explain it from a high vibe perspective, explain it from a success story. How about that? And you get to write the story of how you want to embody your lessons, how you want to achieve those things. So tasks initially is obviously start reprogramming and rediverting your energy into a positive affirmation that opposes the consistent ones that you're feeding yourself. And I know it feels so hard. I know it feels so dense. I know it feels like fuck you. And I still have that. But what I'm saying is you can be in a better position and still feel that way. But at the end of the day, you feel that you're in a better position. So it doesn't feel the same. It definitely feels worse when you're in complete scarcity, like I said before. Scarcity, low self-worth. Stick with the, like, I'm not worthy. I am so worthy. I'm so worthy. I'm so unloved. I am love. I am love. I can't be unloved. I am love. I'm so broke. I can't be broke. I am oneness. Oneness includes money. Therefore, I am money. I'm the frequency of money on earth. I am a money being. I'm walking around the planet as a money being. So I can't be broke. And it's all these that then will get into, you'll get the confidence to start writing lists and lists of things you want to change bi-weekly, weekly, daily. And you'll write these characteristics that you really want to embody and embrace. And then on the opposite side of the list, you'll write all these characteristics that you want to get really, really personal about. Then comes the fun when you start creating very personal, and although they do feel timeless, they're not timeless to those that can't hear. So say for example, one of mine would be, oh, like each 2 weeks I make a new one, and it's, oh, on the 15th of November, oh, on the 30th of November, oh, on the 1st of the 13th of December, oh, on the 27th of December. You know, to someone else receiving those from me and going through the same process that I went through and listening to those audios, they would activate and they would manifest because I'm literally handing it on a plate. But someone stuck in time and actually being like, oh, it's not, it's February and I'm listening to this November one, to them it would still be stuck in time. But for you on this, you will understand any code is relevant forever. So then you'd get into the mindset of creating things bi-weekly for your long-term goals. Jumping into that perspective, as in, let's say 6 months, you created one now that you're going to use for the next 6 months. You're going to say, oh, it's now January, and in June, I've now generated 50K sales in my business. And you listen to that twice weekly, every week. And you're like, you feel like you're already there. So then you're working backwards to how you've done that. You feel you're already there. You feel like you got 50 grand. You haven't got to do the go through the process. I'm so broke. I'm so broke. How can I make money? You're like, I've made so much money. Oh my God, I've made so much money. I feel so good. And you're basically walking into that future. Now, you also want to make something that you'd use for the next 2 weeks, which could be really personal. It could be like if you're arguing with someone in your family, or if you're not messaging people back, or if you're wanting to get more confident on your stories, you could be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with how confident I am on my stories. The past 2 weeks, I've absolutely nailed stories. I've upped another 100 people watching my stories consistently every week, every day. The relationship that we obviously have a problem with, this specific relationship is so abundantly relaxed now. We have come on leaps and bounds, all in a matter of days. My life has absolutely flipped around. So you take these things that are either really personal to you and applicable to you, that you really need to happen right now because you're feeling so dense about it, you're feeling so judgmental about yourself, you're feeling so irritated about yourself, even down to personal things in your life. Like, I'm so glad that for the past 2 weeks I've washed my face twice daily, and my skin feels so effortless and clean. I'm so grateful that I sat out in the sun for 10 minutes a day for the past 2 weeks. My skin is glowing, my mind is clear. I'm so grateful that I have stopped taking sugar in my coffee. I just feel so pure, so abundant. Like, you can just make it so realistic. And then when you go like deep high end, because you've seen the results in your mindset shift, you've seen that you feel better, you've seen that naturally, because you've reprogrammed yourself with these mindset shifts, you haven't actually had to take any external action. And that is the whole point of my methodology. When you've activated a dormant neural pathway within you, you will automatically shift yourself into the perspective of that, meaning that your body, your cells will automatically follow. They do what you say. They do what you say. And this is where you get healthy obsession and you fall in love with this work, because when you realize that they do what you say, it takes out the confusion and the doubt that you're able to succeed, because you're not having to try. You create your affirmations once, you record it once, you listen to it 3, 4, 5 times a day for the past 2 weeks, however many you feel it going in, it's done. It's just like popping a pill from the doctor for 2 weeks to get rid of your whatever you got, right? You pop your own pill, your vibrational pill. And then let's say you've done the one with the sugar. 2 weeks time, you go to put the sugar in and you're like, I don't have sugar anymore. I just feel so much better not having sugar, because you're hearing the thought that you gave yourself. You're literally hearing in your brain, I'm so happy that I don't have sugar in my coffee anymore. I just feel so good. And you're like, I'm so happy that I don't have sugar in my coffee because I just feel so good. Oh my God, I just rewired myself. I just reawakened my dormant neural pathway. Oh my God, I don't have to actually do anything. I just get to literally reactivate my subconscious mind to program myself, or reprogram, or decide and design who I want to be. Now, last thing on this, the work goes so much more deeper than that in terms of manifesting your external reality, because whatever you project from within that you are will show up on the outside. But that's what the live sessions are for. That's what going deeper with me is about, because really it's about noticing that. To touch on that, let's say that you aspired to manifest $10,000 this month, and you went hard on your mindset audios of being like, I am so grateful that I've stepped into being the view, the perspective. Of course, I earn $10,000 a month. For the past 6 months, I've earned $10,000 a month. For the past 3 years, I've earned $10,000 a month. Of course, I have $10,000 a month because I've always earned $10,000 a month. Since the day I was working at 18, I earned $10,000 a month. It's just so normal to me. Now, let's say that month you go hard on it and you feel like taking the right aligned action steps, and you can feel it all coming in. You can just feel it in your heart. You're just like, yes, 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 this is me. This is who I am. This is who I am. But it doesn't come. Now, at that point, you've done so much beautiful work on yourself that it's like you start again, let's say at that month, the first month, where you're like, right, this month, again, 10,000. Oh my God, I actually feel so safe saying 10,000. Doesn't even feel like a thing. I'm going to re-record this, as in like, the up level of the version of you that believes like it all happens so easily. It happens so much more easily than I even believed before. $10,000 a month was so simple. I was missing the simplest way to earn it. And now I've noticed it. Now I'm looking back at this month, I understand it all came in so simply, and I was quite ignorant to needing it to come in a specific way. I release myself from how it comes. I expect unexpected money to come. I'm not asking for it to come in a specific way anymore. I'm just open to receive. Do you see that you remember to go general more when it doesn't happen because you're happy? You're happier to allow it to come without squeezing it at this certain thing, because like we said at the beginning, we don't know. Our imagination is not the biggest and be all thing, because when you're in that grid, all you can see is through the fear of what you wish you had. So you're looking going, oh, I just want $10,000. But that month you feel so good and you didn't get it, you're like, oh my God, I feel good even without $10,000. Wow. So the fear scarcity of not having money, you've broken through the grid without realizing how, without previously being aware of how you would do that. How you broke through that grid was feeling worthy of $10,000 in a completely different way to how you did a month before. Then the second month that you deepen it and you realize, oh my God, I'm open to $10,000 coming in anyway. You've broken through another grid of, oh, I've got to manifest through my soul-based business. It's got to look this way. It's got to look that way. Do you see? So the journey is fun in that way because it's dynamic for you personally to keep busting through the grids and embracing that you're aware it is a journey. It's not a specific thing like a tick list, like done my affirmations, check, got $10,000, check, gave water to Africa, check, wrote a book, check. If someone said that, if that was it, it'd be so, it would almost be like living in the Matrix. Go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids, get retired, go on holiday, die. You see, we don't want it to be the same. We need it to be dynamic. That's why we came. So get ready to get creative. Get ready to become your own guru, because no one else can make them as specific as you. And when your voice is actually using these affirmations and saying them, your own DNA is activated even faster, even further than it would do from me. Now, of course, in this program, you have an entire video collection and audios that gets updated so regularly, because the path expands and evolves fast, right? You're going to see me go from a 2-bed bungalow with 5-6 people living in it, through a court case, working nights, to manifesting thousands, to now being in Greece on a 6-week holiday, which I don't intend on going back to Civvy Street. I intend on traveling. And this is all from consistent consciousness, through affirmations, through rewiring, activating my subconscious mind. I'm so glad you're here. I cannot wait to see what you create for yourself. This is a science. This is precise. This is not some throwaway, oh, okay, I'll write some affirmations and say them. This goes so deep on believing it, because while you don't believe it, you just won't let it happen. You'll be tricking yourself. You'll be like, I've done my affirmation. I'll be like, you don't sound that grateful about the lesson you learned. You don't sound that in love with how good you felt from it. And it's all of that softening to be like I said in the beginning, I just don't want to resonate with the old thoughts. So even if you're saying something and it's like, I didn't make the 10K, it's like, cool, do you still want to be ungrateful? You know, I don't even want to be an ungrateful. I don't even want to be the ungrateful voice that I didn't make it. I actually just want to be in love with my journey. So you're like, cool, I'm going to write an affirmation like, I am just in love with my journey. I'm so grateful for my journey. And you tweak the specificity of who you truly are, a sovereign, unique being on a sovereign, unique path. And only you can do that from going deeper and deeper and deeper. Thank you so much for being with me. As you can tell, I'm obsessed with this work and I do know my stuff. So I want to welcome you to Consistent Consciousness. Dive on in, email me any questions, but it's all really self-explanatory. And if you've upgraded and we're having live sessions or even one-on-one, I cannot wait to serve you deeper. Namaste. See you from another country under the same beautiful sun some other now. Bye.